Downward facing dog, also known as down dog, is a stretching and strengthening yoga pose found in almost all practices as either a resting pose, a transition, or as a warm-up for the entire back line of your body. This foundational yoga pose will strengthen your wrists and shoulders while stretching your chest, low back, hamstrings, and calves. To get into down dog, from a tabletop with your hands directly underneath your shoulders, step your feet back into a plank with your feet hips width distance. Then, lift your hips high and back as if you were trying to sit on the wall behind you. Gently bend your knees to soften your lower back and press your chest towards your thighs to stretch out your shoulders and lengthen your spine. Engage your body as if you were trying to rip your mat in half between your hands and feet. And you can rest in place or alternate bending your knees to warm up your legs and hips. Be mindful that you're not cupping your hands on your mat. Instead, spread your fingers wide and grip down through your whole hand, even pressing down into the pads of each of your fingers. Also, please note that getting your heels to the mat is not a requirement for alignment. As you gain flexibility and ankle mobility, your heels may get closer to your mat, but some space is totally normal, and I'd rather you focus on using a gentle bend in your knees to create more of the triangle shape that will effectively lengthen the back line of your body. If you're feeling extra tight in this pose and rounding a lot in your lower back, then try a deeper bend in your knees as your body warms up and becomes more limber. You can also modify this pose with a tabletop instead. This will take the pressure off of your wrists, or it's a good pose to go to if you feel lightheaded. And you're always welcome to adjust the width of your hands and feet or the length of your stance to find the position that best serves you. For a deeper stretching and strengthening variation of down dog, try 3-leg down dog by reaching one leg high into the air. You can point your toes, but I recommend that you flex your foot so that all of your toes face down towards your mat and you drive back through your heel. This will force your hips to stay closed to help even out any imbalances in strength and flexibility on your right and left sides. Hold for 3 to 5 deep breaths, then repeat for the same amount of time on your other side. Downward facing dog is a basic yoga pose that you will experience in most styles of yoga. Although it may feel very challenging when you're new to your practice, focus on the modifications that allow you to practice optimal alignment without strain. And soon it might feel good, and you may even see why some consider this a resting pose.